Greetings and welcome to your Soul Scopes. I'm Demi, and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. And I want to thank all you beautiful humans for returning, and we just deeply appreciate all the love. And this is going to be the Soul Scope reading from October 1st to October 15th for Aries Decan 1. And for all my new friends and beautiful humans just tuning in for the very first time, a Soul Scope is a channeled Akashic record reading. A lot different than a tarot reading. It's coming from your guides, from your soul, in your soul books, from the Keepers of the Light all the way down to, ancestors and crossover loved ones, angels, guides, and other consciousness, higher beings, angels, ascended masters. I call it the noble guides, just to make that litany of list a lot longer, shorter. And so welcome. It's good to have you here. And, we're just a group of spiritual healers, teachers, and coaches who are trying to assist humanity through all the shifts that are happening so that we all can get to a place of creating the life that we deserve. The one that we don't have to fight for, that we don't have to, step over other people to get, or live in fear that, or worry or doubt that we could ever really have that slice of the pie, because it's already given to us. We just have to maybe heal a few things or move a few things, shift is what we call it, from our energy and our subconsciousness, so that we can really co-create with the universe. The universe wants all of us to be abundant in all of our dreams, but not only that, but wants us to connect in a deeper, more intrinsic way to our fellow human on the planet and change the world. So that's what we're doing here at I Am Powered by Love. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. And again, I'm Demi, and we're going to get started with Aries. There we go. So jumping right on into the throat chakra. So I've been waiting for the question, because this one is going to be a little bit different. If you're tuning in for, you've been watching these since we started this back in July. And I want to thank you guys for the continued support of subscriberships and comments, just letting us know that these are resonating with you. That you hear us, that you see us. We appreciate the love coming back. We really do. If we're powered by love, you are too. So this time, if you're tuning in, and they're all channeled in, we do the readings, the card readings, the tarot readings. Actually, they're more oracle, because we've already given you the reading as channeled live here on YouTube. But so this time they wanted me to go into your dharma, your karma, to address some very specific questions. So first thing, when I started talking to you guys here, when I said, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started right in, the throat chakra just kind of lit right up. If you didn't see your September soul scopes, I'm going to tell you this part going into October is going to be super hypercritical, because you're already speaking in harsh tones. The exactingness of which you are speaking to those around you is off-putting and harmful, not just to them, but to you, because that energy comes back. You have to face it and meet it. But then also, there's a lot of fear around it. When your heart chakra is blocked and you're not connecting through a meaningful way in life for fear. A lot of it's rejection and fears. We tend to lash out at others harshly. So our words come across in our own pain, and we take that out on others. And then in turn, that effect of that energy, you're seeing the repercussions of that a lot faster than you normally would. So those are coming back like instant replays in other areas, and you're finding a lot of people are also closing ranks down around you, and this is not going well in your personal relationships, and also because you can't see your own personal hurts and wounds and fears that are pushing these actions forward. You're also shutting people down around you who have been your fiercest and finest supporters. And moving into October, that full moon, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that it's right there in the first week. If I'm not mistaken, it's like the second, if I'm hearing correctly. I'm not sure because I'm not an astrologist, so I just go by the records. It's either the second or the fourth. I can hear an even number. The vibration is super subtle, so it's definitely an even number. If I had to bank on it, I'd say it's the second from the way it resonates. So you're going to start seeing the comeback of that energy and how it's affecting you. You're going to need to ask for assistance from others, and they are not going to want to assist you. As a matter of fact, you may not get a lot of return texts. Your posts, on social media may go overlooked, and the things that you would normally talk about that would get engagement just aren't. And because those who are closest to you, who feel the onslaught of the energy that you are tossing about at them, like I said, I'm hearing they're starting to close down ranks around you. Also, this is going to affect your job. This I'm going to say puffed upness, because pride just isn't quite what it is. Because this pride is a little bit different than what I feel. This is a armor of protection, and you use it to force your way into things. And this has been going on for quite some time. And so that force that you've been putting as this armor now is the weight that's weighing you down. And so instead of being able to, and no one's coming at you, so now you've got this heavy weight that's supposed to be protecting your heart, now is your prison. And you are going to have to speak and reconnect with the deepest part of yourself that is so pure. And because you are aware that you're doing it, you can see that you're doing it. You've become an observer of your life as you're doing it, and you're asking, here we go, how can I stop and change this? I love these people and they mean a lot, or I want to make deeper, more real connections. I want to grow my life. I always feel alone in my life, and I want to make deeper connections. I want my life to have a meaning that's tangible. You're starting to see the meaning and the purpose is filling your mind, filling your heart, and it's starting to, you want more meaning overall, not just in the money that you make and the home that you live in. It's with your relationship. It's no longer you know, a point of stability or a place of safety or shelter. You want it to have a richness and a fullness of peace and love. Peace is the first piece of that I hear. You just want peace because there's a lot of tension there. So we're going to go to the cards because some of the remedy is facing the fears, and you have to do that by addressing some of the deeper core reasons why you have this hard shell around you. And so I'm going to use a special series of cards. These are called the Karma cards. So it's a big deck, comes in 3 parts. I'm going to show you all 3 here. It comes in signs, planets, and houses. And inside this deck, of course, all the signs, all the planets, and all the houses. So we're going to ask, how can you, and they've already said, the first thing you're going to have to do is address the deepest fears that keep you from opening up, that vulnerability. You know, the armor you have to start peeling down the armor. And so we're going to ask this karma deck how you can move through this current life lesson with whole healing and release. So I'm going to start with the planet portion. And normally, if you've been watching for a while, usually use the Moonology. I rarely use these cards for anything anymore. I've had them for a long time. I don't even know that they produce these anymore. Now we're going to do the sign portion. And so when you're peeling off the armor, there are different parts of armor, and it's not one big suit. And you can choose to pull off the helmet and allow that creativity to flow. Allow yourself to vision. Or you could pull off the breastplate. You could, take off a sleeve or two. And by pulling off the breastplate, you can reveal your heart and open up to that vulnerability and allow that connection in your throat to speak to yourself. It's not about speaking to others. It's about speaking your truth to yourself, what you really deserve, what you really deeply want to change in your life. But if you are, now we're going to do the houses part. If you are trapped and blocked from the protection that you created, then it's time to peel off those layers. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with self-preservation, but at the cost, expense, and hurt and harm to others that ultimately leaves you alone, isolated, trapped and blocked, and trapped in your own prison, well, then that's not the life that you want to live. Nobody wants to live like that. So the question here is how? It's so funny because the first card is in the planets, and what I'm looking at here is how things are brought to light. So you have to be able to ask the question, how do I let go of this? Well, what is this? What is the deepest fear that has you creating this self-imposed armor, this suit that you are trapped in, that you believe is the only reality? Only you can answer that question. A lot of you have deep traumatic abandonments and wounds that have crushed your identity. So the way you live today isn't even who you are at all. This is the facade that you think that you need to live. So maybe that is what needs to come to light, is how that story got there. And if you're willing and ready to let it go. So it's going to require you to take some action. And again, that's the planet card. We're going to go to the signs now. This is the signs part of the deck. This behavior, these emotions, this trauma that you've experienced has resulted in the form of perfectionism. It's exactly what they just said, is that this is not who you are. This is who you are pretending to be by putting on a perfect life. So this is the sign, the sun, the planet has fallen in Virgo. So that's what's coming to light here. So if you haven't seen it, and if you haven't heard yourself say it, your soul, if you haven't heard your soul, you haven't seen the dreams that you've been having, things are being brought to light to you right now in this very moment so that you can end this cycle of pain, because you're in pain, which is why you're lashing out on people. And that deep trauma, whatever that is in your life, is resulted, you see it right there? Let's put it right here. Resulting from the perfectionism of, for you is work. They're saying being the best of the best of the best of the best. Now, I didn't realize this had happened. I thought I'd only picked one of each cards. There was a second sign laying here. Just looked down, just saw it. So now there's Pisces. And this is resulting from they want you to look at what the perfectionism is from. And what I love about Pisces is that if you sit still long enough, it will just float to the surface. That answer of what this is about is going to be brought to light. It's just going to float to the surface. It's time for healing for you. And this aspect is a shadow aspect. You're trying to keep your involvement. This is something that you're going, why you have to heal. This is this card. And this specific thing, this has been, you may have to go back because this has been talked about. And this is definitely something now. You are keeping your involvement in something hidden. So there's a part and an aspect that you are doing in your life that's happening. So whether this exactingness and manipulation is coming to surface, it is going to be revealed. So October may not be such a pleasant month for you. You may be under the spotlight, because this clearly says things are going to either be brought to light, things brought to light. And they are saying that you are hiding something. And I've been talking about that for you for a while. So I do know that it's time. They want you to heal this and look within for yourself. The last thing you want to do is for an event, circumstance, something to happen to put you in a situation for everyone to be looking at yourself, you, the person who's trying to be perfect in every way, who changes this story for this person, who utilizes this person for this thing, and this perfection aspect. And you've been doing this for a while because it's come out in quite a few readings, and it's about to now be brought to life. And how you can do that, some of these changes, the things that are hidden, because you can absolutely seek love. You can begin the healing, a powerful healing transformation, simply by telling other people that you're hurting, admitting your own vulnerabilities. And this part here, with Pisces, this is about the healing stages of things ultimately coming to closure in places in your life that keep the pain so real and so in the front of your mind that you will protect yourself and the identity that you've created, and not the one that is the real you, because you are so deeply loving, you know. And I see all around you this white kind of gold light, and there's a force in you that is waiting to come out and share it with the world. And you too, which is the reason why you're so aware that you're doing this, is because you have guides that are with you. You have this connection and ability to step outside yourself and live as witness and observer to your life. So you're very, very highly aware of even the manipulations, no matter how subtle you think that they are. I can tell you now that all of what we've been saying, all of September, this month, October, is about the exposure. The light is about to shine. So you know how sometimes in theaters you walk in and there's lights and then they put the lights down? Well, the movie is now over and the lights are about to come back up, and you are about to walk into a time of exposure. And I'm going to do one last card here, and I'm going to end this. If I'm not mistaken, I've already shuffled this deck, but just going to do it one more time. Your soul has a superpower, and this is the Sacred Power deck. So excited because if you've seen the readings from Josh, he got me these cards, so excited. I love them. New addition to the fam. The source. The source is you, but also that source that you call upon, God, the universe, the creator, whatever that superpower is to you. For me, it's the verse. The universe is it's just so all-encompassing for me. But that source, and you see, this is prayer, reconnecting, rejuvenating, reevaluating what you really want. This is why you have to speak it now. You no longer want to live like this, and you already feel trapped. So this is more of the universe, consciousness, the creator, the source of all, whatever that name is. It's asking for you to return to a state of purity, a state of wholeness, the state of love, so you can truly manifest instead of fighting for what you desire. And I deeply want that for you too. So I'm grateful for you tuning in. And I'm Demi, and I want to thank you for choosing I Am Powered by Love TV. And if this is you, I'm gonna beseech you, implore you to join in on any one of our workshops, the Freedom from Family Karma, because a lot of this was taught to you, a lot of this came from your family unit, the Revive Yourself and Your Relationships with Self-Love, just any number of the workshops. But please reach out to us. It's time for healing. And the reason that I know that they're bringing it to me this way for you is because I've seen people's lives exposed for hidden secrets that really, really blew up over the years that I've ministered to. So I know how deeply devastating it will be, because I've seen it happen to people that I have also read for, who did nothing. The last thing you want is for people to change their opinion before they even get to know the real you. So put the real you out there. Take a piece of that armor off. Do a little bit of healing. And I want to thank you for tuning in. And if this resonates with you, don't hesitate to sign up for a free reading. There's also a YouTube exclusive offer reading from us here at I Am Powered by Love TV. That link is below too if you don't want to wait to see whether or not you win. And so that you can continue getting these great Soulscope channel readings. Like, subscribe. Don't hesitate to share this with someone, or a Soulscope that, if you liked it, send someone their Soulscope. You know, drop them, slide in their DMs with it. You know what to do. So thank you again, and I'm just sending you all the love and all the Reiki right now. And this is Demi, and I'm signing off. Namaste.